Ajay Kaul is a distinguished business leader in India's food and restaurant industry, best known for transforming Jubilant Food Works into the country's largest quick service restaurant operator. As a CEO, he led the rapid expansion of Domino's Pizza and introduced Dunkin's Donuts in India, helping to make Domino's one of the brand's largest markets outside the United States. An alumnus of IIT Delhi and XLRI Jamshedpur, he currently serves as chairman of Theobroma Foods. Ajay ji, can you please come to the stage and introduce the panel?
Namaskar Mara Sarini. Shefali ji was a bit more ultra kind post lunch. Maybe that's how what a style is. But in all humility, I'm so privileged and I feel so proud to be here amongst all of you today. I think the morning session, all of them, and I think the highlight, I have to admit, was Surinder ji's speech. To an extent where, you know, my humble suggestion was that make a canned kind of a, you know, video out of it and let's circulate it within our community because I think it's awe-inspiring, to say the least. Bukara's Kushish Mara, you know, to also intersperse some Kashmiri into our, we normally in business we think in English. But Kushish Karav ke Kashir the Aishat Manso so that, you know, it becomes more closer to heart and it'll put pressure on some of my panelists who are going to come up on stage very soon. I can see Mr. Kachiru laughing. His Kashmiri is a bit suspect. Look, the moderator's task normally is very easy. Because 4-5-7 questions, the standard ones, you have to just throw it at the panelists who are great, you know, luminaries, and you will get to see them and, you know, kind of hear about them in a moment. But I realized that my task for me today was a bit arduous and probably onerous task because between the 4 people who will come up on stage, and I will request each one of them to come up as I'm kind of, you know, telling their names to you. More than 100 odd years of experience, but more than that, they are almost icons in their respective spaces. Let me start with Mr. Kachiru. Mr. K.B. Kachiru, I think, is Mr. Hospitality in this country. You know, Mr. Oberoi, legendary. If there was one such name, apart from who is from the hospitality industry, it is Mr. K.B. Kachiru. So such are the people who are going to come up on stage. Mr. Arvind Tikku, who has flown all the way from Singapore. He is arguably the most successful global Kashmiri Pandit business person who has got enterprises, you know, spanning across geographical boundaries and territories. So welcome, Arvind ji. Any order. Then, you know, we have, let me, you know, bring Upasana up on stage, ladies first, as they say. She's the youngest, but one of the most illustrious, I would say not even KP, illustrious women entrepreneurs in the country. I saw a list recently, Upasana, where there were names like Falguni Nayar and all that, and she was amongst the top 3-4. So you do us so much proud. So, MobiKwik is our company, and which has broken all sorts of records. And last but not the least, the Mr. Media of the country, Mr. Avinash Kaul ji. Till recently, he was the CEO of TV18 Group, but extremely illustrious. So now you know what my task is. My task is to bring the best out of luminaries like these, and I'll try my level best. I'll put pressure on me also. So I'll probably, we can start from here. 2 minutes to each one of you to tell us about your journey. I know it can run into hours, but just try to summarize it into 2 minutes. The highlights, so that people know that who are we talking about.
So, a Kashmiri Pandit boy born in the valley, as I said earlier, along the river Jhelum, which we used to call Vetasta. My Dadaji used to call it Vetasta, I remember. And schooling from here, went to Burnhall School, did my schooling, and post that left, went to Jammu, went through what probably most of us have been through in this room. And from there onwards, landed up in a school in Rajasthan for 3 months, BITS Pilani. As they say, BITS was BITS. For me, it was even more BITS because there was sand almost in everything, even the food that I used to eat. But it was the financial condition at that point of time, which wasn't great. And I got an opportunity to go to Russia under the India-USSR exchange program. Luckily for me, it was all paid for. So they used to pay for your, not just education, they used to pay for even your clothes. So did that, and then landed up a job in Moscow for a year. Worked there for 2 years and then moved to Singapore in 96. 97, the Asian financial crisis hit. Left and joined a company called Mark Rich in London. Worked there from 98 till 2006, but in 2001, halfway through, I realized that I was dumb, I was naive, I believed in a dream, and I couldn't analyze risk. Because if I had the same ability to analyze risk as I have today, I probably would not have done what I did. Just followed a dream, and it just happened. I don't know, I was probably at the right place at the right time. So today I live in Singapore for the last 20 years, but we run a renewable energy, real estate, a credit, and a public markets business out of there. So yeah, that's my brief story. I hope it wasn't too long.
Brilliant, excellent, sir. Mr. Kachru.
I'm not a true example of exile to excellence, which is the overall theme. I was not very fortunate to live here in my childhood and moving it on to adulthood. I did my initial schooling of few years here, just few years, in Biscuit School. And my father was in the government service, so we were shunted around all over the country. And but my parents wanted me to be a doctor or an engineer, which I think, in my own mind at least, I thought I was not capable of becoming one. So I was looking around and joined hotel management, grew. Worked for the government for some time, and ultimately headed India Tourism Development Corporation in Delhi. Post that, I moved to Singapore to form a company which those days used to be called Radisson Hotel International. So we had Asia Pacific office in Singapore. And when India opened up, I moved to Delhi. We set up our South Asia center here. We had no hotels, we had nothing here. Actually, we had nothing in Asia when I went to Asia, but India had none. And we started, our first hotel opened in 1998. And this company was bought over by Radisson SAS airline, and then ultimately a Chinese group based out of Shanghai. So we set up our first hotel. We have now 240 hotels in India, in that vertical. And my connection with J&K actually never went off. I tried my best to maintain, and I was privileged. I was on the board of J&K Tourism for a long time, for about 18 years before, and I've just a few months back again been nominated on the board of J&K Tourism again. I also was given the. I think it's a book boon when you get doing something which is really not your profession. I was nominated on the board of Mata Vaishno Devi Trust, which was a great learning for me. And I think the biggest privilege here is when Ajay spoke to me that I must come here. I think we owe a lot to our community, because what most of us have gone through, whether you call it pain, you call it displacement, but I feel the community has taken a big step in collecting together and moving towards something which will make the whole country proud of. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gajdu.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Upasana Taku. I have not grown up in Kashmir, but my mom is here. She's grown up in Haba Kadal and Fateh Kadal, and I have very good memories. In my dad's family, we used to live in Jawaharnagar, so every summer vacation, winter vacation, we used to come there. And I remember fighting with my parents कि कभी तो कहीं vacation पे ले जाओ, हमेशा सिर्फ श्रीनगर ही ले जाते हो और फिर वहाँ से पहलगाम ही ले जाते हो. And I realize now that what a fool I was, because it's always amazing weather, it's always pretty, and been coming back. But I'll tell you how I think about my Kashmiri roots and also about my journey a little bit. So my father pursued his, he wanted to do a PhD in physics, and this is in the 60s, but he couldn't get a seat for PhD, in the university here. So he decided to move to Gujarat, Vallabh Vidyanagar, and so he's done his master's and PhD there. My mom has done her schooling and college from here, and so I grew up in a very protected environment in Gujarat, in Gandhidham and Surat, where my dad was a government servant doing research on diamond machinery, because his PhD was on crystallography, and my mom used to teach music. She was a music teacher. And one of the things I want to tell you is that along with my father who went to Gujarat, my chacha went to Kerala, another Tayaji went to Dhanbad. And I think one thing I want to say, it will come out in my journey also. Growing up, it was very clear that you have to do very well in your career. You have to do very well in your education. And if your professional journey requires you to go to the other side of the country or the world, you must pursue it. You should not give it up so easily. So after completing my high school from Surat, I went to do my bachelor's in engineering from REC Jalandhar. And after that, decided that need to study more. But, many people mentioned that even though we were not, because we were already living in Gujarat, so we were not hit by the 89-90, crisis. But government servants के यहाँ पैसे इतने होते नहीं थे. And I wanted to do a master's in engineering from one of the top US schools. So उसकी एक मेरी अच्छी कहानी है. I got a few scholarships. I got Purdue, I got UPenn, University of Pennsylvania. But I really wanted to study at Stanford or Berkeley, because मैं अपने college में topper थी, तो मुझे था कि मुझे बहुत अच्छी जगह से पढ़ना है. The story is important because I've become an entrepreneur, and my first entrepreneurial, you can say, seed funding was finding a scholarship, because I got an admission to Stanford with zero scholarship. But I had 3-4 other admits to do masters with full scholarship, including insurance, stay and everything. So my sister encouraged me कि don't give it up, it could be a life-changing moment. My parents said कि बेटा एक क्वार्टर की फ़ी $10,000 है. उस टाइम पे 60 रुपीज़ का था रुपी, तो 6 लाख रुपए है, और हमारा पूरा बैंक बैलेंस ही 6 लाख रुपए है. तो ये तो 3 महीने में ख़त्म हो जाएगा. तो this is not feasible at all. So my sister persuaded us and said कि देखो US तो जाना है, तो आप टिकट इसकी ले लो सैन फ्रांसिस्को की. Let her go and try to hustle up a scholarship by meeting several professors. अगर मिल गई तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं तो फिर वहाँ से चली जाएगी पर्ड्यू या यूपेन, वहाँ का एडमिशन तो होल्ड कर ही रहे हैं. So that's exactly what I did. My first flight in my life was a 24-hour flight to San Francisco, where I don't know anyone, and I am living in the dorm, and I went to the university 1 month before the university will open. And Stanford, of course, we all know is a very reputed private university, and it has probably 200 plus research labs. And I went door to door almost every day to 5-6 labs कि कोई ना कोई प्रोफेसर 20% 50% रिसर्च या टीचिंग असिस्टेंटशिप दे दे. बट कुछ वर्कआउट नहीं हो रहा था, एंड आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दिस सो दैट इट इंस्पायर्स अदर्स ऑल्सो. लास्ट डे था, मंडे को लास्ट डे है फी जमा करने की, एंड थर्सडे आई गॉट अ कॉल बैक from a lab that I had visited saying that our head would like to meet you. You had applied for an internship or assistantship. So you come on Monday. I said no, Monday is too late because you know admission के लिए मुझे final करना है आज और कल में. So you know please give me an appointment for today. They said no, that's not possible. But anyway, I went there. I took the Stanford shuttle. I went to the lab. I'm taking a little while to explain the story, but मैंने वो मैनेजर से मीटिंग की, उनको बोला, अपने बॉस से मिला, उन्होंने बोला कोई मीटिंग नहीं है, कल से पहले नहीं मिल सकता है. सो दे सेड ओके जस्ट वेट. आई वेटेड few hours and I met her while the boss was having lunch, and I was able to impress her enough that 3-4 hours later they called me and said that we are going to sponsor your 2 years masters in engineering, 100% paid by the university. So Stanford paid for my education and living expenses. And I can tell you that for me that was my first angel or seed funding round, because अगर वो नहीं होता तो मेरी life change नहीं होती. And of course studying in that extra competitive environment and very startup focused environment, you know, it gave me also a big boost. I pursued my career with HSBC and PayPal, which are both financial services and payment companies in California. I had a green card, I had a very nice and cushy life. And then I had this जुनून कि मुझे भी कुछ बड़ा करना है, अपना करना है. I want to build a payments company. And why should I work for PayPal and launch PayPal in so many other countries in the world? I should come back and do it in India, because अभी इंडिया में payments infrastructure इतना अच्छा नहीं है. This I'm talking about 2008. And you can all guess what my very middle class Kashmiri family had to say. My parents were like, no, you're not coming back. You have a good job, you have a green card, well settled हो, अब कोई लड़का वड़का ढूंढो, शादी करने का प्लान करना है, ये सब क्या कर रहे हो? मैंने कहा नहीं, मुझे स्टार्टअप करनी है, वो सब भी हो जाएगा. So I fought with my family, didn't speak with them for few months, resigned, packed my bags, moved back to India with no job, nothing in hand. I had savings. I said I had 2-3 years of savings, so I thought I'll give myself 1 or 2 years. Agar 1 or 2 years mein if I can start something, then I'm gonna go that way. Otherwise, I'll take up a private sector job again. So I came back to Delhi NCR, and you know, I had the thought process in the end of 2008, early 2009, that digital payments will become very big in India. Smartphones had not come at the time, so. Started MobiKwik with my co-founder Bipin, who is also my husband now. And I can tell you that you all must have heard of my competitors. You might have heard of Paytm, you might have heard of PhonePe. I'm sitting here to tell you today that we don't do much marketing, we don't do much brand advertising. I'm sure Avinash won't be happy with that. हमें और पैसा खर्चना चाहिए. But MobiKwik today has about 186 million users in India. 5 million merchants. We are a listed company. We have 7 licenses. We have a broking license from SEBI. We have NBFC, wallet, bill payments, payment aggregator, all of these licenses from the Reserve Bank of India. We employ more than 2,000 people. The company does a revenue of about 1,200 crores and is profitable. And I can tell you that it has been one uphill journey after the other. But I'm very proud to say that I'm a self-made Kashmiri woman. I got an award from the President of India to be the only Indian woman to start a fintech company in India. Many years ago I got this. So I'm very, very honored to be here. I'm very proud of my Kashmiri heritage, and I've taken too much time, so I will keep the other questions a little shorter. I'm so sorry.
Being the only lady on the dais, I think we allow you those extra 10 minutes which you took instead of 2.
नमस्कार तय सारनी अजय जी तिमो वोन की कौशल पट का कारण आई विल अटेम्प्ट यूता कौशल हेको करी यूता करो मेन जर्नी छन यूता इलस्ट्रेस के यूता स्टॉलवर्ड्स मेन राइट साइड पे खड़ा छ मगर बोसस बागात बरजुल रोजान बोसस छतबल जामत पतोसस बागात बरजुल रोजान बिस्को स्कोर ओसस परान incidentally that makes it 2 versus 1 Burnhall and 2 Bisco on the panel. Arvind, that's for you, and Ashish Daftari, that's for you, and my Mamaji Sudhir is here. It is always a rivalry between Burnhall and Bisco, and I couldn't miss this opportunity. Sorry for that. I'm sure there are many more. I'm sure. I was just reflecting about the panel. So main journey chana kihin tisa illustrious ke kunu shat namat kunu January is yamsat sari dry with dras रात क्यों बाइस मंस गीता बनस मंस लगाव लर्न राशन कार्ड खतर लर्न लगित मेन डैड एट दैट टाइम ब्लॉक डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर लार मॉम अकाउंटेंट जनरल ऑफिस एजीज ऑफिस मंस सह मेन बैकग्राउंड मेन बोय तम सात इंजीनियरिंग करान मैसूर तो तिमन हालातन मज द्राय गर कहीं गसन खतर इसलिए मकान बनावान अख जानीपुर गर तथ सत गैरेज तथ मज रोजान कह रेतन तम पे मे मतलब कह लूकन मतलब बिटवीन अरविंद एंड मी आई थिंक इन 11th स्टैंडर्ड एस करिक फेल अंग्रेजी मज अस याद सो वी वर सम ऑफ द फ्यू better students, though he was the topper. I was never one of the toppers, so he was the brightest one in the lot. So is correct fail Angrezi months. PCM we had more than 85% I think, and we got some 35-36 in English. So we didn't get admission in any of the colleges in Jammu. So as a consequence, he still managed to find his way, I think, to Model Academy or somewhere, if I remember correctly, or was it Devan Badrinath? I don't know. And right, yes. So I had so Bosus Pata Hari Singh Camp School Asmans Paran. James Mans use stadium as never can the water tanker as fill karan that tent. That's mans usus 5-6 temperature as mans paran. Tam satos Bala Sahab Thackeray saban us akhak seat thumus kashir button khatra har engineering colleges mans Maharashtra mans. Third learning mans logos bu. The third mans we will make admission. Bosus nu tuta bright ke ye mail heaven MIT या भारतीय विद्यापीठ पूना में म्यूल ने तिमन मज admission किए. Memule अख संगमनेर शाह कॉलेज अमृतवाहिनी कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग संगमनेर तथ मज मैकेनिकल ब्रांच गोडनिच ब्रांच तथ मज म्यूल में एडमिशन मे तम सात पे कह तम सात फीस हार्डली एनीथिंग मतलब पर्स ने कहें क्या दोनों पेरेंट्स गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉईज नौकरी कहें ते पे रिलीफस पे पकान तो गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉईज सैलरी चलान सो चलान बोय ऑलरेडी परान मैसूर सो मोस्ट ऑफ द एक्सपेंसिस यूज्ड टू गो दैट साइड तो वन यूता बचान तम सात मेन गुजार चलान तिथ पे मे इंजीनियरिंग पन मकलम 4 वर मजे मकलो यूजुअली लूक ज्यादा करान 4 वर खुद ज्यादा सो बाई itself was an achievement. I ended up topping my batch in mechanical engineering in my college, so it's not a spectacular achievement. तम पता आस दिल्ली उस टाइमिक्स मज काम करान एज a quality control engineer त्रोम सत डैड समसाज वरान ये टाइमिक्स कंपनी दोपन मे कोर फोन पापास दोपस ये MBA करुन दोपन क्या गोई टाटा कंपनी लूकन चन नौकरी मिलान टाटा कंपनी में त्राव टाटा कंपनी MBA करने गोई क्या दोपस वन ये 6,000 रुपये तनख्वाह यूता बचोमुत तम सात कोरम पता MBA आस सिडनम कोरम MBA तो तम पे गोडनी जॉब लज में हिंदुस्तान थॉमसन एसोसिएट्स बह वारिया खुश क्या एडवर्टाइजिंग ड्रीम जॉब मे कोर फादरस फोन दोपस हिंदुस्तान थॉमसन दोपन यह गवर्नमेंट कंपनी कर जॉइन क्या गोई इंजीनियर MBA कर करान but that was how the journey started. So तम पे कोस डिस्कवरी चैनल स्टार TV तम पे कर मैं NDTV channels launch 2010 months Pranoy Roy Radhika Roy I started NDTV channels. Budras I was the youngest so I left NDTV as an executive vice president in 2010. I was 36 years old and I became the CEO, the youngest among the youngest media CEOs, and I became the CEO of Times Television Network. So as we now more Times Now, ET Now, Zoom, Bosus Timan Channel CEO, John Varian, Aditya Sasit Temsatakam Karan, Aditya Rajkol, who's now obviously with NDTV. but I had launched the NDTV channels. And after that, Bosus, Patun Bahan Varian Osus, Network 18 Groupus overall CEO. Tatmanzas Aku channel, Tatmanzas Sutai Buzmut, CNN News 18, CNBC, News 18 India, News 18 Jammu Kashmir Osman launch Kormuzasas Sto Osmans, LG was chief guest Amik. So among the few accomplishments in my life, I would call News 18 launching News 18 JNK in Lal Chowk, Bosus Bisku School Osmans, 15 August Chumme launch Chuzme Jandafar Omud, Lal Chowk Osmans. That was my, biggest comeback moment in my life. I obviously was extremely emotional about that. And so that was something that I wanted to do for the community, and that was something that I was very happy that I did with that. And just on 31st of March 2026, about 3 months back, is when I hang up my boots in Network 18 after 12 years. I have taken a short break in between because I'm concentrating on launching my biography. My biography is launching in the next 1 month. The name of the book is The Next Mountain. It is being published by HarperCollins. And the author is Priya Kumar. She has done O.P. Munjal, Pulela Gopichand, and Shashi Ruya's biographies. I wanted to do that before I jump back, being into corporate. I'm not that old. I think I'll have to, because they are all entrepreneurs. They don't need to work for. I'm a Nokri Pesha Admi. So I have to work till I retire till 60. So I will continue climbing whatever mountain I'm climbing. And that's the next mountain that I'm here to talk about. And grateful to Ajayji. Surendraji, I missed your speech, but I've heard rave reviews from everybody in media who covered that. I think we made quite a splash, and I'm very happy and proud to be here among all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mara. Means Don Minton has just restriction us. Nobody is following that, and progressively it was, ballooning as we moved that side. But trust me, and especially for the youngsters here, and I saw a bunch of them walking in, the nuggets you can pick up from lives of some illustrious people like this. If I have to just quickly say a few things, I think a clear vision and purpose, even at that young age, that mujhe yahi karna hai, mujhe Stanford hi jana hai. He gave up BITS Pilani, which is probably in the top 5, 7, 8 colleges in the country, because he had his sights on something else. And today, Arvind Ji is one of the, should I say, the most successful Kashmiri businessmen in the country. And same with Kajru Saab. His mother told him, didn't speak to him for 6 months. I know this because she's my Masi. For 6 months, your mom doesn't speak to you. Most people will give in. But look, he was clear that despite all, they call it, these societal driven, restrictions and dogmas, if I may, you have to still be steadfast on your path. So you got to have that conviction. You got to be dogged. You got to be perseverant. You got to have a vision. It may sound so simple, but here are 4 examples in front of us. Okay. So you know what? Kashmiri Pandit business person, and this is my statement, has come live. For a community which is just about 8-10 lakh Kashmiri Pandits in this world, the per capita contribution of KPs to the CEO slot in the country or globally must be the highest for any community. We have done some research, but I hope I won't get disproved on this. Women engineers per capita, I'm convinced, is the highest for any community in the world. I have looked at Jains also, who are a very well-read community. We also checked out some Jews and all that. A lot of this work has happened on, I'll talk about that ICWAT thing in a moment, including male engineers. So look, I think while on one hand the 1990 episode, notwithstanding, was agonizing, was painful, but it has done wonders for the community. And as a result, all these results are coming forth. And we did one ICWAT business conclave. ICWAT Foundation is something which I founded 5-6 years back. Our sole mission is to create an online, offline, a hybrid world, which is a surrogate to our merged Kashmir, while a lot of our illustrious people here are fighting to get that land back, and I hope, someday we will do that. But in the interim, can we still find this place where we can network, protect our language, keep our culture there, rituals, jantri, and all those kind of things. So when we did this conclave, I mean, I wish and hope I could relate it to all of you. When I was meeting 35-year-old Kashmiri women, gave up plum jobs to start things of their own. I remember back in time when I was passing out, my parents would have laughed at me if I had said, "Ki main soch karin vain ak in business shuru. Kashmiri Pandits, it was tabooed. So that is the backdrop we are coming from. But I am convinced, and especially to the youngsters, the time of Kashmiri Pandit business person has arrived. And from here on, there is no looking back. And with those few words, Arvindji, this question is straight for you. Today, you are arguably the most successful Kashmiri entrepreneur in this world. What makes Kashmiri Pandit entrepreneurs different from others? What are some of our key traits, which as a result of just being 8-10 lakh people has thrown up so many, luminaries?
I think for different people it's different, but for people who have who survived what happened in the valley and then struggled through hardship, which probably very few communities in the world have gone through, I think it just built us tougher. We just had better tenacity. We just didn't have anything to fall back on. There was nobody come to save you. I mean, it was you and I think once you build that, I think the core of entrepreneurship is one thing. It's about failing at it again and again and then getting up and trying again. Entrepreneurship is all about tenacity. I think I've mentioned it before. I believe that entrepreneurship is more about tenacity than intelligence, because you can become an entrepreneur when you literally have to exhaust every avenue to fail. Then you'll find the avenue to win. So I think it's tenacity, and probably the fact that, like for me, I know for sure, I still get nightmares thinking, did I wake up in time for my exams? Mimaga paper miss or memela nokri. I still get dreams, and it just stays so engraved inside you because you don't want to go back where you were, because we all had a very comfortable life. You know, we lived in a nice house. There was a big chinar tree at the foothills of a mountain. Kitchen garden was given. Dad was maman. Talama songonan. I just literally go and pluck a fresh green chili and so that's the kind of place I grew up in. That was my world. And when it shattered and it fell apart, and when we were, I mean, at least in my case, when I was in Jammu, in a place called Jai Now Magazine Zahin Masjid Top Sher Khania, and I used to be interacting with the rocks where I grew up in the greenery of this beautiful paradise. It just made me a different person. So probably in my case, I'd say the fact that we went through what hardship went through, that built a tenacity. And I think that's in my case.
So clearly tenacity. Kochhar Sahab, you would want to add a couple of more. What do you believe stands out? I think clearly the 1990 played its role as an epic moment of putting people through hardships and so on. But inherently focus on education or, building trust. Some things come to your mind?
I would add to what has been talked about. Arvindji made a very strong point about being resilient, basically. I think as a community, we're more adaptable. We have the patience. We have, although some of us went through this hardship, I think most of the people in Kashmir went through this, we're learning to forgive. And as Kashmiris, I think it must be very rare. It was said this morning, Surinderji said it very clearly, that हमारे में से किसी ने अपने बच्चों को ये नहीं सिखाया कि तुमने बदला लेना है, तुम्हारे भाई के साथ ऐसा हुआ है, तुम्हारे चाचा के साथ ऐसा हुआ है. We actually understood what our focus should be, and if we want to come back, we want to come back with dignity. Kashmiris have a great asset in terms of giving. आप आज भी देख लो, every Muslim family will tell you even today, अगर कोई उनको सिखाता था कुछ, पढ़ाता था कुछ, वो कश्मीरी पंडित था. And given all this, a combination of all this, I think we have to, Ajay look forward. We've gone through this difficult time, challenging times, but your past, अगर एक लम्हे में इतनी प्रॉब्लम हो गई, उस लम्हे को ज़रूर अपने मन में रखें for future challenges, but at the same time, that cannot become our history. This is what I would feel.
Excellent, excellent. Tenacity, ability to forgive, but keep mercilessly focused on your future and thereby at your terms whenever that negotiation happens and with full dignity. Brilliant. I have another question for you. You're one of the few entrepreneurs, or call it business persons, who has come back and invested in Kashmir. A lot of people may have carried this notion or argument कि पूरा देश पड़ा हुआ है, तो why build hotels now in Kashmir, and every now and then there could be a Pahalgam kind of incident. But Mr. Kajru he will just tell us, so why did you bet on Kashmir, and what would be your message to a lot of entrepreneurs, young people sitting here in terms of what should they do, how should they think about Kashmir?
Ajay, I want to clarify one point. You said, how did I bet on Kashmir? I actually didn't ever bet on Kashmir. I found this as an opportunity. And I wanted that if Kashmiri Pandits establish themselves and create stories which can inspire our future generations, they will not think of themselves any less. When I came back to India, I was given this task of establishing a known chain in America, Radisson. I started, we had no hotel here. I still remember, I used to go with my presentation. We didn't have computers, laptops. So I used to go with my kit. And I used to say, I'm from Radisson. And they used to tell me, Radhesham. So that's how I began. And I was in a business where I had to urge people to invest their money. So gaining trust of people who are writing the check, it's more pain for them than you say, "Aap paisa lagao, hum dekhte hain, hum aapki madad karenge." Those days are gone. So since I had served as a director, I used to work for the government earlier, before joining this company. I was on the board of various tourism departments in various states of India. Just because I was with Government of India, so I was nominated on various boards. So in Kashmir, no international company or no big chain in India those days wanted to look at this opportunity because they felt that there's turmoil here, there are problems here. We have so much space available to us to invest all over the country. Why should we invest here? I took it as an opportunity. We today are really proud as a company. We have established 9 hotels in Jammu and Kashmir in the last 5 years. We have actually made our partners invest over 3,000 crores. Not a small amount, a Muslim doing it for a Kashmiri Pandit. Why? Because they saw that they can actually build on this. They can multiply their gains. I want locals here to feel that what value Kashmiri Pandits can bring to them and how can we revive Kashmir.
Brilliant. Upasana, being the only, look, it's a rarity, Kashmiri woman entrepreneur, and that too, almost unicorns and those kind of things. So all the, call them adversities you have to face as an entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, if you can talk about a few of them, and there are a lot of these young, hopefully future entrepreneurs sitting here, women, and how did your Kashmiri upbringing play a role in making sure that you were successful? 2 minutes. or less?
I'll take less. I will say that the journey of a founder or an entrepreneur, whether male, female, or whatever heterosexual, is always going to be difficult. I think that's a given. I think Arvind also spoke about it. You don't know what you are in for. You always need to have your belt tight. Courage under fire के लिए हमेशा ready रहना है. And I think in challenging times, whether as a woman or as a man, I think there are certain common things that I find, in certain founders. And I think for me, that comes from, my heritage, my family background, is always try to do even business in a fair manner, in an ethical manner, have empathy for people, and, take your tribe along with you. If you have, you can employ as many people and everybody's drawing a paycheck. But if you really want to achieve something bold and you are not the largest player in the sector, or you don't have the largest amount of capital or resources behind you, the only way you can, जैसे war जीतते हैं वैसे business में भी जीतने के लिए you need to have a very motivated and committed team. And I think for that, I think that building a vision and getting the entire team to believe in that, and also operating in a super transparent manner, I think helps. And when it comes to, you spoke about challenges. I mean, I remember many years ago, maybe 14, 15 years ago, in the early days, we got some tax notice, and there were 2 directors in the company, myself and my co-founder. And I went with my finance guy to meet the IS officer at the tax authority. And he said कि नहीं, ये मुझे आपका ये digital payments में ये TDS और service tax ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. So मैंने कहा सर मैं बताती हूँ, let's spend some time. He's like आपकी कंपनी में कोई मेल डायरेक्टर नहीं है. मैंने कहा है, तो आप उनको लेके आइए अगली बार. तो मैंने कहा सर मैं अगली बार का टाइम लेके आ जाऊंगी, लेकिन मुझे जितना फाइनेंस आता है उनको उसका नहीं आता है उतना, उनको ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट कोडिंग में ही है, तो वो वर्कआउट नहीं होगा. पहले मैं उनको समझाऊंगी, वो आपको समझाएंगे, फिर आप क्वेश्चन पूछोगे, फिर वो पूरा उल्टा चलता रहेगा. इससे अच्छा हम लोग चाय पीते हैं और फिर हम कर लेंगे सॉल्व. एंड आई थिंक आई एम जस्ट giving it a humorous angle. I can tell you that I was not as enthused by it at the time. Nor was I enthused when, I was in giving a pitch for a VC firm, and as a second round discussion, they asked me, when do you expect to start a family? And I said, it's none of your business. You want to invest in the business, invest in the business. What I do in my personal life is my business. I'm not going to discuss that with investors. So I think all those kinds of things happen, but I don't really think much about them. And to the same way, there is a lot of ugly things have happened, I think, in the Kashmir Valley. But I think my 2 bits will always be that economic development has solved things for areas, for countries, world over. And we've seen this historically again and again. So as a person who is forward looking and building an internet business on product innovation, I would always say that technology is a big democratization tool. AI has made it even easier and cheaper and faster for even 2 people, 5 people to build something extraordinary. And so I would like to encourage every entrepreneur who has an idea or a dream that technology is making the cost of starting up very less. You can bootstrap a venture and build some product or service that is beautiful, and it can serve not just India. You could serve a business to a global audience sitting here in Kashmir. And I think economic development will create more prosperity, more jobs, higher growth of GDP in Kashmir, and that will ultimately solve all the problems for the region also. So more power to building more businesses in Kashmir.
Great answer. I'll give a sequel to this, whatever I just said, and this is from the startup world. In the morning also, some people alluded to saying the ultimate elevation of any ecosystem is when the youth start engaging in a meaningful way, and ideally in an economic way, which means what? Jobs. If you see today, a lot of Kashmiri youth are probably, even who are good students, are traveling out for education, even outside of India for education. And when they need jobs, again they are serving outside the country. And a lot of friends of mine who are in their 50s and 60s are worried that nobody is coming back. But whosoever is staying back here, if let's leave Kashmir alone for a moment. For any young entrepreneur to have a startup, what do you think it takes to be the founder of a startup? Is there some nuggets you can leave with everybody who's present here? That what does it take? Kashmiris were historically never known to be great, call it risk takers, which may be oxymoronish in some ways, because in their businesses they would take risk, as in when they were employed. So where is the dichotomy, and what would be your message today, given that so many Kashmiris are now actually Pandits are now in the startup world?
No, actually, you brought out a very, very good point, and I think that, see, the old paradigm maybe 20-30 years ago, सबको doctor, engineer या government service में होना था. Now, I think within India, anywhere in India, that is not necessarily the most lucrative or the most ambitious path from a career development perspective, And I think that, since I come from the engineering world, I think that software development, with the onset of democratization of so many services, has made it possible for people to dream and dream bigger. And you're right. अगर आपको जॉब करनी है और 10% अप्रेजल के साथ खुश रहना है अगले 10 सालों तक, तो then you're okay doing a job where you're working with somebody else's vision. And I'm talking about a student starting at entry level. And we see a lot of Kashmiri youth actually coming to Delhi NCR and Bangalore and Pune and Mumbai seeking first level jobs because the job market here is not that huge. And then you have a lot of Kashmiris who go to study and stay back, like you said. I think in order to be a startup founder anywhere in the world, firstly one needs to have extremely strong conviction and self-confidence. Because अगर आपको अपनी स्टार्टअप करनी है, अपना बिजनेस करना है, तो आपको कंपनी का नाम भी खुद रजिस्टर करना है, पहला ऑफिस भी खुद रेंटल लेना है, पहले एम्प्लॉई को भी खुद सेल्स पिच करके अग्री करके ज्वाइन करवाना है, पहली सेल्स डील भी खुद करनी है, पहला प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट भी खुद करना है, और पहली चाय और झाड़ू भी खुद ही करना है. That's, you have to be willing to do anything and everything. I think that most people have a very vain view कि बहुत easy होने वाला है. I mean, I can tell you that with a very direct example also. When we started MobiKwik, there were a couple of other people also who were partnering with us, as the startup original team. वो 3 महीने बाद 4 महीने बाद उनका गिव अप हो गया, because they were thinking कि 3 महीने 4 महीने में हमारे 1 मिलियन 2 मिलियन यूजर बन जाएंगे. This is in 2009 I'm talking about, and mobile internet itself did not have more than 20 million users in India at the time. So we said ऐसे कैसे होने वाला है, मतलब यूजर खुद थोड़ी आएंगे, हमें मार्केटिंग करनी पड़ेगी, हमें और इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट बनाने पड़ेंगे, उसकी अवेयरनेस बनानी पड़ेगी. लाइक इवन एन इंस्टाग्राम रील डजंट गो वायरल बाय इटसेल्फ, उसको वायरल कराना पड़ता है. तो आई थिंक दैट मेनी पीपल आई थिंक गेट स्टार्टेड विद फैंसी आइडियाज, but when they realize that it is not so easy to convince not just one but sort of every person you will meet on the path to starting that idea, whether it is a regulator from whom you need a license, whether it is an angel or venture capitalist from whom you need capital, whether it is the startup team that you need to work for you, I think it's a very hard job and most people give up easily. And I have taken more than 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. Avinash, I have to come to you. Tuhun's journey, Chmara, it is a part of the folklore, I would say, because the way you were explaining, staying in those one-room kind of places, washrooms were 200 meters away and so on, given all that. So it did its job. It built resilience, it built tenacity, doggedness, ladna hai, jaddojahad and everything else. My question to you is something else. In a short period of time, you straddled across industries and then you moved to the top. So every time there were new bosses and all that. So again, my question to you is that how do you manage bosses? I'm bringing a Kashmiri Pandit angle into it. Again, your upbringing as a KP. Look, historically, if you see on trust axis, the finance jobs in the best of Maharajas, also because of their astute finance mind used to be trust. So do you believe that there are certain things which come as a part of our legacy, what we are upbringing, and is there any other 2-3 things which you would want to leave with the audience here?
Anwar, I mean, see, look at it. What were the odds that I would end up becoming a CEO of a large media group at 36? मैं उसने इसको स्कूल उस पढ़ान, but English was never spoken as much, always. So even after my MBA, I had no access to economic times. मैंने कभी पढ़ा नहीं था. अब उसमें 12 साल के अंदर CEO बनना is always a dream come true, right? अब अगर if I reflect back on what made it happen, मेरे हिसाब से सबसे डेंजरस चीज़ वही होती है जब when you have nothing to lose. तो जब आपका सब कुछ छिन चुका है, जब 1990 में आपका घर भी गया, आपका सिक्योरिटी भी चली गई, क्योंकि कश्मीरी पंडित कम्युनिटी हमेशा सिक्योरिटी की तरफ स्ट्राइव करता है. पानस अगर खन खत रहा है मगर ही विल मेक श्योर द एजुकेशन इज टेकन केयर ऑफ एंड द विमेन आर ऑल सेफ एंड एवरीथिंग इज डन, राइट? इट्स ऑलवेज अ स्ट्राइव टुवर्ड्स सिक्योरिटी. Overnight the security went away. Overnight. Then what you are left with is forever lifelong journey towards finding more security. And this time you are not looking at plan A, you are looking at plan B, plan C, plan D, because like Tiku Sahab also said कि वो नाइटमेयर्स अभी भी आते हैं कि यार वो जब मैं अखबार बिछा के झेलम एक्सप्रेस में टॉयलेट के बाहर भाग के सोता था इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज से क्योंकि पैसे नहीं थे टिकट के, वो दिन कहीं वापस ना देखने पड़े. सो द फियर ऑफ फेलियर इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन द ल्योर ऑफ सक्सेस, especially I would say in our community. Obviously it helps that we have a strong intellect, we have a strong brain, we also are very we hold our respect very high. We won't do some things that others will just do to survive, but we also have a very strong survival instinct. We were not extinguished. How many times the exodus has happened, and this is not the first time it has happened. So we have that resilience not just as one generation, it's ingrained. Right? There's a kahavat ardhai garas bachemit. Right from that time to now, we've seen it. Kah garas bachemit. Kah garas bachemit. Probably network 18 is still on top of my mind, but besides the point. But yim factors hekau ne ignore karit ki mission play karan ke role. Now when it comes to a boss, now agar bo kshetra wo rosus mes subordinates who were 55 plus, right? Unlike what Upasana ji said कि 10% salary increment पूछो तिमने मंथ मगर 10% चन मेलान किए हैं. 10% is a dream if it comes all through the right. No, I didn't take it as in any other thing. I agree. But what I'm trying to say is that principles are same because you don't have a toolkit, because most of our parents have always worked in government sector. They have not worked in the corporate sector. And corporate sector में मैं तो किसी को जानता ही नहीं था, right? अब कोई मेरे ऊपर महाराष्ट्र से है, कोई गुजरात से है जो मेरे से बहुत ही सीनियर, कोई IIT IIM से है, कोई अमेरिकन यूनिवर्सिटी है, मैं तो मतलब अमृतवाहिनी कॉलेज ऑफ संगम ने अगर आप ढूंढने भी जाओगे नहीं मिलेगा, राइट? तो हरी सिंह हाई स्कूल तो आपको नहीं मिलने वाला है, कैंप वाला, वो तो एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता है अभी, राइट? तो अगर ऐसी लेगेसी से पहुँच के अगर मैं कुछ कर सकता हूँ तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि अगर मैं कर सकता हूँ आप भी कर सकते हो, ठीक है? क्योंकि मेरे पास ऐसा कोई वही ना अंग्रेज़ी बोलनी आती है, ना ही कोई IIT IIM से हूँ, ना ही मेरा कोई मौसा जी या फूफा जी या कोई दादाजी या कोई किसी का कोई कनेक्शन बॉम्बे में था. बोस ने जेमी ब्रोड जहाँ द्रामुत, राइट? गॉडनिश फ्लाइट उसमें रटमुत दिल तान, and then I left to Bombay and I never come back from there. So what I'm trying to basically say is that it's the same toolkit. Your bosses will be mean. उनके बच्चों की शादियाँ हो रही थी और मैं उनका बॉस था और मेरे बच्चे पैदा भी नहीं हुए थे, right? So then you have to deal with it in a very different fashion. And then you got to move around, very quickly realize what mountain you don't want to climb. And that is very, very important. And that's something that I talk about in my book also. Because I have, whatever I have learned in my corporate career in reaching the top of the corporate summit in 12 years is all thanks to my school in All Things Be Men and climbing mountains. Because that teaches you कि भाई पहाड़ी कहीं पे भी हो, चाहे कश्मीर में हो, कहीं पे हो, पहाड़ी होती है. Entrepreneurship जर्नी भी पहाड़ी है. वही रूल्स होते हैं, आपके नाखून छिल जाते हैं, आपके घुटने छिल जाते हैं, मगर अगर आप हर बार खड़े रहोगे एक और बार, आप फाइनली परसिवेयर करोगे और आप चोटी पे चढ़ जाओगे. और जब एक चोटी पे चढ़ोगे आपके बाद 10 चोटियां और दिखेंगी वहाँ पे, क्योंकि माउंटेन रेंज नीचे से नहीं दिखती है, माउंटेन रेंज ऊपर पहुँचती है. तो मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि जितने भी यंगस्टर हैं, गलतियाँ करो, 1000 गलतियाँ करो तभी तो सीखोगे. अगर गलतियाँ नहीं करोगे, सिक्योरिटी के चक्कर में जाओगे, तो हमारी जनरेशन ने इनसिक्योरिटी को अपना वेपन बनाया. आप भी वो बनाइए। सिक्योरिटी को ढूंढते रहेंगे तो वो जो आपकी सामने दिख रही है चीज़ें, उसको जब तक मना नहीं कर पाओगे ना, बड़ी चीज़ें नहीं कर पाओगे। डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस में आप बहुत कुछ बोलेंगे, बट मैं ये बोलूँगा कि मना करना सीखिए। आज अगर आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हैं, उपासना जी ऑब्वियसली हैज गॉन इनटू अ वेरी हार्ड वर्ल्ड ऑफ फिनटेक। अगर आज आप कंटेंट क्रिएटर बनना चाहते हैं, आपको क्या चाहिए? कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मोबाइल फ़ोन चाहिए, और आप राजशमारी बन सकते हैं, आप आराम से बन सकते हैं, आप रणवीर अलावादिया बन सकते हैं। आज तक वो वॉइसेस हैं हमारे यहाँ पे, हमारी कम्युनिटी में भी ऐसे स्टॉलवर्ड्स हैं जो कर रहे हैं। तो
डोंट फॉरगेट समय रैना।
ऑफ कोर्स समय's father is a very dear friend of mine, Rajesh Raina ji. Yes, he was part of Network 18. Rajesh ji मेरे साथ ही काम किए हुए, shining example, right? With nothing, and now he is among the most powerful, media influencers in the country. तो मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि हमारे पास वो रोल मॉडल्स हैं। मेरे खुद के नेटवर्क में शिरीन बान है, there are multiple people who have made a name for themselves with not much pedigree. Will चाहिए और एक जज्बा चाहिए कि भाई कुछ करना है। और फिर जो हमारी नॉर्मल है ना, जैसे हम नॉर्मली एक नौकरी में घुस जाते थे, 30 साल तक छोड़ते नहीं थे, बस फिर डटे रहो और हर दिन बेटर करो जो पिछले आपने एक दिन किया है, उससे करते रहो, आप पहुंच जाओगे जहां पहुंच रहे हैं।
Brilliant, brilliant. मैं शुविंती अर्थ द क्वेश्चन, लेकिन शेफाली जी इज ऑलमोस्ट she is telling me to get out of the stage. But let me just conclude by just a few things. I think what we didn't get everything out of, as I said earlier, 100 years of wisdom or more, which is sitting, and experiences which is sitting here. But I hope all of you did pick up that one insight or two insights which may make a difference in your lives, in your careers and so on. But one thing which stands out as a Kashmiri Pandit, which I have seen over and over again, I think, if I have to pick up just one, to my mind, that is adaptability. When it was tough situation, they adapted, and we have multiple stories sitting here. But in today's world, and I'm telling you more because of this recent conclave which we did, where we had 300 odd Kashmiri Pandit, women, men alike attending, how in this new world they have adapted themselves, left the old taboos and the cobwebs behind. Tim Dakyanusi, Molmaj, the Dadi and Nani used to say.
Ajay, let me disturb you. Dear sound team, you guys are talking too loudly. It's very disrespectful and unprofessional. Thank you for your consideration.
So she has broken my rhythm, so now I'll have to go back. In old age this happens often.
I'm so sorry. I was being very patient, but
No,
in every conversation that sound was coming.
I was still joking. So I think adaptability, to my mind, is what will make us the most, should I say, educated community in this whole world. If our community needs to repurpose, like the Jews did, like Sindhis failed, and I've done some work on this. If our community on this axis of education becomes the most educated community in the world and demonstrates it in multiple ways, could be the new purpose for our community, and in the process it's going to bring backfire. But because whenever I speak to lots of Kashmiri Pandits all over the world, young, old, whatever, across demographics, when you ask them this question, try this next time. Are you proud of being a Kashmiri Pandit? The answer invariably will be yes. Ask them why, and they will struggle. And that tells you that purpose to exist, that repurposing is needed. But to my illustrious friends on the dais, Arvind Tikkuji, KB Kacharuji, Upasna, I can call you Upasna, and Avinash, thank you very much. I have also learned a lot in the process, and thanks from the audience. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Okay, one question. For who? Who is the question for?
The question is a suggestion for the team. A wonderful panel discussion, sir. We have organized it, and we got many inputs from there. I just wanted to see that would you be the Shark Tank judges for the community and invest for the ideas that
Work is happening. It's happening on that front. Community is small. Unlike millions, we are a handful of people. but we should give a commitment?
Yes.
Okay, on behalf of Equat, I can tell you, Equat Foundation and its founder, I think in the next 6 months we will put something together on this one. Yeah.
Thank you so much.